Hello, welcome. You are listening to Dr. Sushma Singh. Today in Unit 32 New Social Movements, let us start with topic New Social Movement Concepts and Features. It was indeed difficult to conceptualize the essence of all new forms of collective action within the paradigm of ideology or the rationally organized interest group. The practices of these new form of collective actions, social movements are essentially non-violent, pragmatic, non-integrated, non-hierarchical, non-cohesive, cross-class, cross-ideology, cross-age in their constituencies. Lorena Johansson and Gulsfield suggest that the analysis of the new social movements be advanced cross-culturally and by contrasting them with the class-based movements of the past. They suggest the following characteristic features of the new social movements. There is no clear structural role of the participants of the new social movements, as very often than not they have diffuse social status as youth, student, women, minority, professional group, etc. Ideologically, these movements posted in sharp contrast to the Marxian concept of ideology of the working class movement. It is difficult to characterize new social movements as conservative or liberal, right or left, capitalist or socialist. These movements exhibit plural ideas and values. Mobilizations are linked to issues of symbolic and cultural identities than to economic issues. Action within these movements is a complex mix of the collective and individual confirmation of identity. Indeed, the relation between the individual and the collective is blurred in these movements. These movements involve personal and intimate aspects of human life. For example, eating, dressing, enjoying, loving, etc., habits and patterns. Non-violence and civil disobedience, etc., are the dominant patterns of the collective mobilization to challenge the dominant norms of conduct. The proliferation of these movements are caused by the credibility crisis of the conventional channels for political participation. The new social movements are segmented, diffused, and decentralized. Alan Scott identified the following prominent characteristics of these movements. These movements are primarily social and are more concerned with cultural sphere and mobilization of civil society on socio-cultural issues than with the political issues like seizure of power. These movements are to be located within civil society, and these are not in the least concerned with the challenging the state directly. These movements rather defend the civil society against encroachment from the increasingly technocratic state or from inner colonization by society's technocratic subculture. These social movements attempt to bring about change through changing values and developing alternative lifestyles. These social movements are concerned with cultural innovations and creations of new lifestyle. These also pose a challenge to the traditional values. The focus on symbols and identities is viewed as the source of new social movements' significance. The new social movements bring about changes by challenging values and identities of the social actors rather than by more conventional and direct political actions. The processes of transformations of values, personal identities, and symbols can be achieved through creation of alternative lifestyle and the discursive reformation of individual and collective wills. The main characteristics of new social movements organizations are summarized by Scott as follows: locally based or centered on small groups, organized around specific, often local and single issue, cycle of movement, activity and mobilization, that is, vacillation between periods of a high and low activity, often loose systems of authority, shifting membership, common social critique as the ideological frame of reference. Here we want to close this lecture. Thanks for listening.